Welcome to Crystalline Temple. Thank you, beautiful souls and beings, for being with me at this time. Today, we are going to be talking about sacred detachment. There comes a time when your soul no longer craves to hold on to everything and cling to everything. It's not because you don't care, but you finally know and understand what is not yours to carry. And this is not to be cold, it's not to be numb, it's not to be passive, but to be clear, intentional, and liberated. Sacred detachment is the art of letting go without bitterness, letting go without fear, letting go without expectations, just letting go. It's the way Spirit teaches us that love doesn't always mean clinging. This has to be the hardest lesson for me, right? Because, learning to not detach can keep you in situations that only hurt you, even though you have so much love that you want to give. You have to learn to detach and not to cling on to things, because at the end of the day, you didn't come here to this life, into this realm, to attach yourself to everything and everyone. Presence doesn't always mean proximity, and connection doesn't always require attachment. It's knowing when to release what was never meant to be kept, and when to stand still while everything else is moving. You can care deeply and still choose yourself. You can be compassionate and still walk away. You can love someone and still let them go. That's not weakness, that's wisdom. That is the frequency of someone who has remembered their stillness, their zen, their presence. Learning the art of detachment makes you realize this, because you are able to perceive others in your reality as, okay, you are where you are, and I am where I am, but I'm not better than you, I'm not greater than you. I'm simply just existing for myself, and I'm simply being a sovereign being, listening to the alignments that I'm being called into. Of course, that's not going to look like yours. And if it does, great. But if it doesn't, that's great too, because we are all so very unique and we're all different expressions of source. What does sacred detachment really look like? It looks like silence when chaos is trying to pull you. I feel like everybody needs to hear this message right now. Learn to detach from the chaos. Chaos is loud, peace is normally silent. Sacred detachment also looks like peace that doesn't beg or demand to be understood. Being able to just be, being able to just exist without needing to be seen, without needing to be acknowledged, understood, is hard. It's hard for a lot of people, especially if you got inner child wounds and you grew up feeling neglected, that your needs weren't met. Once you learn that you hold the peace and the awareness of yourself, then you don't care to be understood. I feel like this seeking to be understood is very much so human nature, but also it can cause us to feel even more isolated, and like we have to be a pick me or choose me. Please just get to know who I am. Like, know yourself, babe. Know yourself. Because at the end of the day, once again, you are your biggest ally. You must learn to master self. Learn to be okay with being misunderstood. Understand you. Most people be complaining about, oh my God, you just don't get me. Yada yada, I'm just so different. Yada yada. And you can have these awareness. Everybody's different, right? Some people are more trendy and, mainstream than others. But at the same time, it's simply the awareness of, most people don't even know themselves to be out here being like, I want you to understand me. Know yourself deeply. It takes time, it takes years. Sacred detachment is knowing Sacred detachment is also choosing your nervous system over a projection, over another person's projection, over the world's projection, over society's projection. Choose your nervous system. That is detachment. When you're so involved with the world, other people's realities, how other people think and navigate the world, then you are neglecting your nervous system. Because you know damn well you're overstimulated, you're stressed, you're anxious, you're drained, trying to appease other things, people, places, needs. Choose your nervous system. Learn to ground into your body. If it's causing your nervous system to go haywire, then why are you doing it? Really ask yourself that. Like, there's nothing in this world that needs you that much that you have to neglect your nervous system. I'm not talking about parenthood. I understand. I ain't no mother. I'm sure that's a different story. But being realistic, external world events, what's happening at your mama's house, your daddy's house, your auntie's house, okay? Like, you're not here to be everybody's savior. You're here to save yourself, if anything. A lot of people don't even know how to do that. You can only focus on one thing at a time realistically. Okay? If you choose to focus on the news and you're out here trying to work out, are you really focusing on working out? You say you want peace in your life, but you are still open to consuming things and other people's realities, experiences to throw off your zen. Once you stop forcing, once you stop fixing, you stop proving. This is detachment. There's no need to force. There's no need to prove anything. There's no need to fix anything. You are already complex on your own. As one individual, the things you got to do just to live on this planet is crazy. So just learn to call back your energy. Your energy is sacred. And anything that costs you your peace is too expensive. Anything that costs you your peace is too expensive. And in this world, detachment is often misunderstood. They call you distant, aloof, too independent, yada yada. But sacred detachment is the exact opposite. It's deep intimacy with your soul. It's energetic boundaries. It's knowing thyself so deeply that nothing outside of you can pull you out of your center. And that is so challenging on its own. If anything, as human beings, one of our lessons has to be to remain in our center. If you can act while being centered and not swayed and pulled into chaos, then that is a superpower. This doesn't mean avoid the conflicts. You know, we're always going to have to go through challenges and conflicts in the world. If you can move from sovereignty, like I have sovereignty that if I do this action, if I volunteer here, if I donate here, if I create whatever it is to help my community, then this is a state of sovereignty. This is not a state of detachment. But also, if you choose not to because you need to focus on you need help too, then that is just as fine. Everybody is at their own levels, and you need to accept what level you are on and where do you want to be. When you no longer chase, when you no longer grasp, when you no longer water what's already rotting, like, let's be real. If the world is falling apart and it's meant to fall apart and it's written in prophecies, if you feel it and we're shifting into this different frequency and this different state of being, why are you holding on to something that you know is meant to fall apart? It's delusional, and it's really rooted in control and insecurity and lack. Like, you need to really ground into your faith. You need to ground into your trust. You need to ground into your power, because you didn't come here to not create. You can co-create your reality. But in order to do this, you can't be tuned into everything. You have to learn to detach. You have to learn to detach, and you have to learn to focus your energy. Once again, as humans, we try to hold on to everything. We try to be like, I could do this. I can save this person. I can solve this problem. And I'm like very much so solution oriented myself. But once again, surrender, right? Let the Most High Spirit Source hold what you can no longer carry and what you no longer need. As one human, you were not meant to carry the chaos of the world. You're not. And I said this in my past videos as well, and I will keep saying this. We have forgotten to surrender. Like, we have this spiritual ego, and then mix that with spiritual bypassing, and it's kind of contradicting because you're like, oh my God, I want to do this. I want to do this. I want the world to be this way. And it's all because I'm doing these things. No. You can be doing the best things ever to assist the world and it can still fall apart. You can be doing nothing and the world can still hold itself together. There's just this complexity of life, and you have to learn to stay grounded and centered and walk the middle path if you choose, right? I'm not here to force anybody to like say the middle way is the right way, but it's the best way for me. Not too far in the future, not too far in the past, right now. If you're in this season of detachment or you're learning to detach, trust it. Like, don't rush to connect. Don't force your petals to stay open for what doesn't nourish you. Let yourself be pruned. Let yourself pull back. Allow yourself to be unavailable to what drains you. Allow yourself to be unavailable to what drains you. Why are you showing up? Just to be drained. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. We have this one life. This one short life here in this body. And once you look at the bigger picture of things, you realize things don't really matter that much. You can feel how you want to feel about that. It's not a loss. It's a return to self. You are the sacred center to your clarity, to your calm, to your truth. And comment whatever emoji you'd like if you are honoring your sacred detachment. Subscribe for more spiritual medicine, and may you remember letting go is an act of self-love. Thank you so much for staying in tune with me through this whole video, and I'm sending you guys all the love, the healing, the sovereignty, and all the power. Love you. Deuces.